which is an election that I believe will truly define the future of this province. And there are those moments in time when we have the opportunity to do that. And when we've done that well, we've elected leaders who've made long-term decisions that have allowed us to have a tremendous quality of life in this province by investing in education and health care and infrastructure. And that's what we are committed to as a progressive conservative party and a progressive conservative government. You know, I was very excited to become the leader of this party with Kyle's support and to be able to talk about what change looked like, because we can be really satisfied with what our life has been like up until this point in time. And there's no doubt that if we've been blessed enough to spend any time living in Alberta, we've probably had a pretty good quality of life. But the one thing that I know makes Alberta excellent is that we continue to think about how to make things better. And to have new generations of elected members, people such as Kyle, who are coming in and thinking differently about how to change government and how to make things better for Albertans, is truly exciting. So I'm pleased to be here with Kyle today. For those of you who are here to volunteer for Kyle, you might not have expected quite so many press. But I did want to make a couple of comments with respect to an event that happened last night and this morning. Some of the reporters are going to want to know what my reaction was to a tweet that somebody who was a volunteer on the campaign sent out. My statement was very clear. It was not an action or a value that represents either me or my party. As soon as I found out what had happened, I reached out and had a conversation with Danielle. I believe that there are some issues in politics that must remain personal. And I was very disappointed to see that there was conversation along these lines. She and I spoke, I think, about 20 minutes ago. And we agreed to put this behind us and to campaign for the future of the province.
Does this lead you to talk to your people, though, about social networking, about tweeting, about Facebook, and about clearing some of these comments, or, you know?
Well, you know, we know always with technology that we end up, and we've seen a number of times these unfortunate situations occur. I hope people will learn a lesson from this. You know, it's an amazing thing, social media. It's something that allows people to communicate in a less than personal way, but to an awful lot of people. It's one of those things that we actually teach our kids. It's what we as older Albertans are learning about this technology. And it's unfortunate when these things happen, and I was very disappointed that it happened.
What did you say to Ms. Smith when you spoke with her this morning?
You know, I think I'm just going to leave that conversation personally. I will say that what I will say is that I spoke to her, I think, woman to woman. I told her that I was very disappointed with this situation, that it was a terrible situation, and I hoped that we could put this behind us and move on. I mean, as I've said, this was certainly not something that we in any way were involved in or endorsed. It does not represent anything. But at the end of the day, I'm a woman and I'm a mother, and I certainly, when I saw that, was very disappointed to see it and acted as soon as I saw it.
People have a very visceral response to this tweet, women in particular. What was your response? What went through your mind when you first heard about this?
I was appalled. I believe that anyone who decides to put their name into public service and is able to articulate views needs to be respected. There were comments, as I understand it, even last night from people who were supporters of our party saying that this was not appropriate behavior. This was clearly not part of anything that the Progressive Conservatives have done with respect to their campaign. It was a comment that I reacted to in quite a negative way. I was disappointed. I think it was not appropriate, and it is not the way that I've conducted myself so far in this campaign.